What's up, Through the Waves? We are back with our all new podcast, and we are here to talk waves with you. Everyone has them, everyone goes through them, and we just want you to know that you are not alone and you can get through any wave with God. So go ahead and follow us. If you're not familiar with us, you can follow us at Facebook at Through the Waves. You can follow us on Instagram at Through the Waves Florida. And go ahead and like and follow whatever streaming platform you are listening on today. We are super, super excited to have you. And today we have our special guest, Frank Forman. How's it going, Frank?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm super, super excited to have you on. I actually haven't seen Frank in like how long?
Oh, man, I don't know. It's been like a year or two.
Why don't you go ahead and just tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of go into what we're going to talk about today.
Right. Well, hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Frank. I also go by FX Gaming. I just, motivational speaker, Twitch streamer, all the good things. I just try to help out everybody that I can when I can.
Awesome. And Frank has pretty much known me since I started Through the Waves. He's helped me with photo shoots and so many things that I've needed, and he's just a great, great person. Thank you so much for coming today. I'm super excited to jump in and get talking and talk some waves.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. One of the things I like to do is like a little icebreaker because obviously it's kind of, well, for me, I get nervous every time I'm on the podcast. It's nice to have like a little icebreaker and kind of just chill, you know? So
agreed.
It's not like, oh, we're like uptight, nervous, you know? So I want to start with an ocean trivia game. See how many of these you can get right.
All right. Don't hold your breath.
The first one is, how much of the earth is covered by water?
70%.
Very close. Very close. I was going to go to A, B, and C and let you choose.
I'm sorry.
That was very, very close, though. You're going to know now. A, 83%, B, 91%, or C, 71%.
71%.
You're right. You were basically right before I even gave him any options. Okay, question number 2. What is the largest ocean in the world?
Ooh.
A, the Atlantic, B, the Pacific, or C, Del Rey?
I mean, Del Rey's got to be up there, but I would probably go with the Pacific.
You're right. You are correct. So we are 2 for 2 on this one. Dang, you're killing it, Frank. Question number 3. Where is the deepest part of the ocean located? You probably know this one.
I think I do.
This is an easy one.
Yeah, I think I do.
A, the Mariana Trench, B, the Gulf of Mexico, or C, Hawaii?
Ooh, I don't know. I think it might be Hawaii. No, I think it's Mariana Trench, right?
You are 3 for 3. Dang, right. You are crushing this. I think I need to make these harder next time.
Maybe. Just a little bit.
Okay. Question 4. How many species of sea turtles are there?
Ooh, this one.
And do you have a favorite?
Ooh.
Are you a sea turtle person?
I know about sea turtles. I didn't know there was that many different sea turtles. If I'm being honest with you, I probably should know this considering I dive. I probably should know how many sea turtles are out there.
Yes, you do dive. Wait, I can't hear myself. Oh, I can't hear myself now. Should we pause and restart? Okay. A7, B11, or C5?
Probably going to go with 5.
Whoa, this is the first one you got wrong.
Really?
Yes, it's actually 7.
Oh, I was off by 2.
Do you have a favorite? Do you know?
I know about the loggerhead. The loggerhead's probably my favorite one, just because I know so much about it.
I think they're the biggest species of sea turtle, too, if I'm correct. I could be wrong.
That would make sense.
The green turtle might be bigger, but I think it's the loggerhead that's the biggest.
Okay.
Okay. So, what sea creature has 3 hearts? A, humpback whales, B, great white sharks, or C, octopus? This is a tough one.
It is a tough one because the whales are just so big, you know? They're just
yeah,
so
you would
big,
think they'd have like
3 hearts.
10, yeah.
But I want to say it's the octopi.
The octopi?
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that plural for octopus? Okay.
I probably would have just said octopuses, but that doesn't sound right. So, yeah, that sounds good. And you are correct. Dang. Okay. So what is that like? Okay, that's question number 5. So that's 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Dang, you
I'll
are
take
just
it.
acing this. Last question. About how many sharks are killed a year by humans?
A lot.
Okay. I keep forgetting to ask. I keep forgetting to say A, B, and C. A, 200. B, 10,000. Or C, 100 million.
10,000.
It's actually 100 million.
Really?
Yeah.
There's that many sharks?
100 million sharks are killed a year. Well, roughly 100 million sharks are killed a year because of humans. Mostly due to shark finning, which is 100,000% pointless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that wraps it up. But you did pretty good.
Thank you. I try,
I think
tried.
that was like, what, 8 out of 10?
I hope it was.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that you aced that. I didn't think that you would get the dolphin one. That's a hard one.
I'm not going to lie. That was a complete guess.
And you also got the octopuses.
Yes, I did. That one, I kind of went scientific on that one. I was like, they have to have 3 hearts. They have to. They're just,
yeah, because
they're
a
too
whale,
crazy of an animal.
Yeah, like a whale was too obvious, and then I don't remember what the other one was, but
I think you said a shark.
a shark. Yeah, let's like no, sharks are just beasts. They can go with one heart, you know. So how has everything been with you though?
It's good. It's just life's been life. I mean, it's hard with the pandemic and everything, but I mean, it's good right now.
Yeah, it's nice that everything's starting to open up again,
Yes.
and Florida was like one of the only open states I feel like during the pandemic.
Yeah, I feel like it was too, but I mean, it's still just nice to have some normalcy back, and just because again, it was hard having like certain things closed and you couldn't do certain things, and it's nice to have everything open again and be able to actually live life normally somewhat.
Definitely. Do you feel like the pandemic affected you like mentally or physically in any way with things not being open or things being shut down?
Physically, not so
thing.
much, but definitely mentally, just because again,
Yeah.
it's everything being shut down. You kind of felt stagnated and like you couldn't really go anywhere because
Yeah.
you were limited on what you couldn't do.
Yeah.
So mentally, your brain was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I feel like we're failing. We need to do something different.
Yeah. What do you feel like you did during COVID that kind of helped with that mental change during the pandemic when it was like really bad?
Definitely streaming. Just having some sort of human contact
Yeah.
definitely helped out the most because again, it was. I think that's what a lot of people were missing was that they were stuck in their homes and they couldn't really talk to anybody outside of their home or their neighbors.
Yeah.
So just having friends and other people I could talk to and communicate with and have a laugh with, that definitely helped.
Yeah.
So
Definitely. It's nice to have like good people around you. I know for me during the pandemic when the gyms were closed, like that was really hard because like working out is one of those things I feel like that gives you like those good endorphins and makes you feel good. And me and my friend Taylor, we just worked out every day in my backyard and we like go for runs and stuff. So that's nice to be able to like innovate and do things that make you feel good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And tell us a little bit about gaming because you're a big gamer. You have the FX gaming.
Yeah.
What is it, 52 or 92?
92, yeah.
Okay, the year we were born.
Yes. So that it's nice because I mean there's going through streaming and Twitch on YouTube and stuff like that. It's very different and it's nice because I get to reach out and meet new people that I would never have met in 1,000 years if I didn't have a platform to stream on and talk to. Because I mean, I have friends in Australia, I have friends in Europe, I have friends over in Asia. It's nice to have that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and
How did you meet all these people from streaming?
From streaming? They
Okay.
pop in a chat and they say hey, and we hang out and we talk. They like we communicate a little bit and they like the vibes, so they stay and they come back. So and then over multiple streams, we just form a friendship, and now they're like gaming with me sometimes. So it's bizarre how far your reach can go.
Yeah.
But you don't realize how far it's actually going until you're
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. I'm in the States and you're in Australia and we are talking to each other right now. This is very weird.
That's why, like, you can literally reach anyone in the world.
Yeah.
That's so what got you into gaming? Like, what made you want to do it and do the Twitch thing?
Gaming has always been a part of my life ever since I was young. My brother and I, we always gamed when it was back on just like a Game Boy. It was.
I remember Game Boy.
yeah,
I had like Spyro or Spyro.
Spyro.
That was one of my
was
favorite ones. And I had like the SpongeBob game.
Okay.
I was terrible at both of them, but
Yeah, but I mean, it's always been a part of my life, and I've always lost myself in it, and it's always been that one calming factor. Like with the gym with you, it's just when I get into gaming and I can just close the world off and I can go into a different world and be something more than I could ever be. But getting into streaming was one of those things where I just wanted to leave something more than just me, and I wanted to be able to impact someone's life, even if it's just one person's. I want to be able to help someone if they needed it, and streaming has been that part of
that's awesome.
being able to do that.
So, like, what is the biggest way you feel like you're able to impact people through gaming?
Just in the same way that gaming helps me,
Mm-hmm.
it's release and it's something. It's just an escape from the world. Being this streamer and gaming and doing playing a game that these people either enjoy or they just enjoy watching me play it. It's an escape for them. They can just shut the world out for a minute, watch somebody else be a fool of themselves or laugh and communicate and just have somebody else to talk to. I feel like that's probably something that not a lot of people can find. And I'm just happy that I can be that person.
That's so cool. Yeah, because everyone has their thing. Like you said, I have working out, like you have gaming. Everyone has their thing that they kind of go to for a release that makes them feel good. And so that's so nice that you're able to just help them enjoy it even more and just help like be a positive influence in their life. That's so cool. What's your favorite game to play?
Favorite game to play right now is probably Destiny.
Destiny. What is the is it like a hardcore like battle game?
It's not a hardcore battle game. It's more of just like an explorer. Like you get to be a guardian, and basically you're a guy that if you die, you come back because you have a resurrection ghost. It's a lot of explaining, but the basic is you explore the galaxy and you defend the galaxy, and it's kind of cool.
That is really cool. I'll have to tell JR. JR is my husband. You guys will see him on the podcast. He loves to game too. He's currently playing Assassin's Creed right now, but I'm sure he would love Destiny. Yeah. Sounds like something right up his alley. You guys should game together sometime.
We definitely should.
I think you guys would enjoy that. That's cool. So I'm trying to think of how to ask this. Do you feel like through COVID or just recently in your life that you've had any unexpected waves come up in your life?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because during COVID, I feel like it was one of those things where I felt like I wasn't doing. It was one of those hard waves where I felt like I didn't do enough either at my actual job or through streaming, or I just felt like I wasn't enough for people, or I felt like I wasn't doing enough. When in reality, I know I was, but that mental block of you're being stagnant, you're not doing anything, you're failing a lot of people, you need to do better. And that was probably the hardest part for me.
How do you think, do you feel like you're still kind of trying to figure out how to overcome that? Or do you feel like you've overcome that and there were things that you did that helped?
I feel like it's one of those things where you don't ever overcome that feeling.
Yeah.
Is what I've kind of discovered is once you have that feeling of failure, it's there. You just learn to kind of bear with it. But you do certain things and that feeling lessens and you start going, okay, I'm doing the right thing now. And you start pushing that mentality away and being like, no, I'm not a failure. I'm doing my job. I'm doing what I need to do, and I'm successing.
Yeah.
And I'm making these successes, and I'm moving forward in life, and this is what I'm meant to do.
Yeah.
So it's recently I have done better because certain things in my work life have gotten better, and streaming has gotten a little better. So you're seeing that small progress, but there is through everything in life. I think you at one point you're going to hit that failure mentality.
Yeah.
And it's hard for you to just be like, no. You're not failing. This is that one wall. You got to push through that wall.
Exactly.
You got to push through that wave.
Yeah. And I feel like so many people, once they hit that wall, like they just want to give up and they just want to stop.
Yes. And I found that that's probably one of the main reasons people either give up on like, not a dream, but just like a path that they're following is they just,
100%, yeah.
They can't get past that mentality of I'm not doing everything I want to do right away.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, I think you would probably agree with this, is they don't realize big things take time.
Absolutely.
Like everyone, I think today too with like social media, people see like the best of everyone's life.
Yes.
And so they're like, oh, wow, like they have this. It's so amazing. They didn't see like the struggle and the failures that they went through to get there. They just see the good parts of everything.
Oh, absolutely. And that's probably part of the main reason a lot of people feel that way is because social media, as we all know, it's not the full truth. You can post a good day. You can post a great picture of you being happy and successful, but it could be one of the hardest days of your life. And you don't really know that because it's not real.
Exactly.
That moment you took it could have been real, but the day you post it probably isn't the same. So it's hard to take social media out of everything and put it back into real life.
Do you ever struggle with social media? Like, is that something that you are like, okay, I need to take a break from this?
I do. Yeah. Because I mean, even like just like you'll post a photo. Like I've done it so many times. Like I posted a photo and I'm like, why did this not get views? Why did this not get likes? Why did it, anything? Or I'll post a video and I'll be like, that's weird. Like I should have got more views from that, or I should have got more likes or something. And there are times where I'm just like, okay, just put it away, stop worrying about it, move on to the next one.
Yeah.
That one's done, it's over with, move on to the next one.
Yeah. I've actually like deleted posts before. I don't know if you've done this, but like if I post something, I'm like, oh, that's not getting a lot of likes. I'm like, everyone probably hates it. Like I've actually deleted things. I don't know if you've done that before.
I used to, when I first started streaming, I used to like post it and like I would get like maybe 4 or 5 likes and be like, no, I got to delete it and try it again another day.
Yeah.
But I've gotten to the point where if it didn't do anything, it just wasn't a post for that day. And I've moved on, but I've kept it there. Because I've had posts that, a month later, also I'm like, why did they like that one? That was
you're like,
ago.
I didn't think that was like that good. Or like stuff will circle back around.
Yeah.
It's so weird. But I think like you were saying earlier, like how you like gaming because you're able to impact people in a positive way. I think for me, one thing that I've had to teach myself and kind of learn, especially from God, is like being enough for him, and just like knowing that even if I reach one person through a post, especially with Through the Waves, like that's one person that needed it, just like you with gaming. Like if you reach, like if you have 4 or 5 likes on a post, like that's 4 or 5 people that you really like probably influence their whole day, who knows, maybe week, month, in a positive way, Yeah.
And I've had those feelings where like I'll get off stream and I'll be like, I didn't have enough viewer, like my viewer count was down. Why was it down? And then all of a sudden I'll get like a DM like 2 days later. It's like, hey, I just wanted to reach you that day, but I didn't. And then it's like, hey, I just wanted to thank you for being live that day. It was a hard day for me, but it was good to come in and hang out with you and just keep my mind off of things. So
yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool. And I know prior to filming, you said that you had brought some stuff that you prepared. Do you have some stuff that you want to share with us?
No, it's actually pretty much online what we're talking about. So it's like, that's why I kind of put my phone down. I'm like, we're on track with it.
Kind of going with it. Okay.
What I prepared was just, it's that failure mentality that everyone's going through and that you have. It's at heart. It's one of the hardest waves that you can pass, and it's the hardest one. It's going to hit and it's going to feel the worst, but you have to know that it's going to pass, and you have to be the reason to let it pass.
Yes.
Because if you stand in that wave, it's going to take you off course, and you're going to be further back than what you wanted to be, and you just need to keep that mentality out. And it's hard to get past that mentality, but you have to learn that failure can drive you to success if you let it. So, and a lot of people don't realize that. People are like, oh, well, I'm failing. I can't do anything. But people forget that you learn more from your failure than your successes.
Yeah, 100%.
And I feel like everyone forgets that. And it's not bad to fail. It feels bad, and it feels like just everything has gone wrong.
Yeah.
But when you fail, you're learning how you failed. But you have to figure out, okay, I failed, but why did I fail? Was it A, B, or C? Or was it all 3?
Yeah.
And then how do I prevent A, B, or C from happening?
Yeah, and I don't know if you know the verse that talks about God works all things for his good. Kind of going back to that, like whenever we fail or whenever we feel like we make a mistake, like God always ends up working it for his good. And like you said, like you learn something in the process, which I think is amazing. And you can take those failures and be like, okay, I did this wrong, or like I could do this better. And then whatever you're trying to accomplish next will be like that much greater.
Yeah.
So I think that's so cool.
Yeah. That's one of those verses that like I read it and I was like, that's the one that was like, you got to move on. You got to learn from how you failed.
It's very, very comforting too. Yeah. Like, it's just so nice to know that like, if I mess up in life, like you said, I'm not a failure. And I feel like, I don't know how close you are in your relationship with God, but I know that there also is an enemy out there that likes to make us feel like terrible. So I think it's just so comforting to know that like whatever comes against us or whatever happens to us, God has our back 100%.
100%.
And it'll all be worked out for his good as long as we're following him.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, if you don't mind, I am going to ask you a couple questions. Okay. We might have already went over some of these too. I just kind of prepared them to go through. Already talked about social media. Already talked about some mental health hurdles. So going back to the goals and failing, when you have a goal, what do you do to help yourself stay focused on that goal and accomplishing that goal? Like, what helps you?
What helps me the most is, it took a while for me to do this, but don't focus so much on the backup plan. I know a lot of people do that. They'll make a goal and they'll be like,
That's
okay,
so
well,
good.
if that doesn't work, I
Yeah.
can do this.
And I feel
And
like it
it's-
almost, sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
But I just thought about this. I feel like it almost stops you from wanting to achieve that goal. Because even me with Through the Waves, like I used to work full time as a legal assistant in the legal field. And when I'm trying to focus and working on starting this new company, I feel like I'll go back in my head and I'm like, but wait, I could just go back to that. And it almost distracts you from what you're trying to focus on.
Correct. Yeah. And that's what I feel like everyone does is because everyone, they make a goal and then they go, well, I have a backup plan. So it's fine. I can fail and I have the backup plan. And that's good and all, but I think people focus too hard on the backup plan. And they're
Yeah.
like, well, it's fine because I've got this. This is, steady and it's secure and I'll be fine. But it's just, it's good to have it, but you need to stay focused on that main goal. You can, I always came up with the saying that you can
I
have a
got the
backup
hiccups.
plan. Sorry.
No, I have the hiccups.
Okay.
I
But yeah,
didn't burp. It was a hiccup.
I got you. No, you're fine.
But continue.
But I came up with a saying that was you can have a backup plan, but your plan B should focus on plan A. So like you can have your full-time job, but if you want this other thing to be your full-time job is your dream,
Yeah.
you can work that second job, but that job should pay for job A.
Yeah.
So
That has to be like your main focus. Like
Correct.
don't have that to distract you from what your main goal is.
Yeah, use plan B to help either finance or push you toward plan A.
Yeah.
So don't make plan B your distraction and erupt plan A. You should have plan B to push you towards plan A.
I like that. That's really good. So what do you think that some of your biggest accomplishments are?
Some of my biggest accomplishments were just, I know it's a little selfish, but just being a streamer is one of my biggest goals.
Because
I know
it's something you love.
it's something I love, and it's something that I've always been passionate about, of just being able to, like we've been talking, just reach people that we couldn't normally reach on a day-to-day basis. And it's very comforting to me, even if my viewers are low or I stream to like one person. It's one person that's watching me that I wouldn't have been able to impact just walking down the street.
Yeah.
So that, and then just personal like little victories every now and then where I'm still close to my family, which is a lot harder for a lot of people to say. And I know it's selfish, but it is nice to still be close to your family even after like so many years. So
yeah, that's so, like your parents and your siblings.
my parents and my sibling. Yeah, it's nice to just be able to still talk to them and be or have them as like a backup, not a backup plan, but just like a support system.
That's really nice that you say that too, because there are a lot of people I feel like that don't have their family to support them in life. And I feel the same way. Like there's so many things that I've gone through that I'm so thankful to have my family for. So that's nice that you like acknowledge that and appreciate that.
Yeah, and I feel like the word family gets lost on a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, well, it's my immediate family. It's like, no.
Yeah.
The family is the family you chose.
Yep.
Whether it's your blood relatives or your best friend down the street, it's
True.
your family is your family,
Yeah.
however you define family.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like it could be the people that you've met and made the connection with in like Australia or
Correct.
something. Like
Yeah.
that could be your family, even though maybe you've never met them, but like you guys encourage each other and you're there for each other every day. Family doesn't have to be your immediate family.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's so awesome. That's so great. So what are some future goals that you have right now currently that you're trying to achieve?
That I'm trying to achieve. I know but again, it's one of those long-term plans. My ultimate goal is just to be able to stream full time. Because I mean, who doesn't want to just be able to?
Do you still work full time too?
I do. I do currently work full time, and I think that's why it's like I would love to be able to just stay home and work.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to work at home?
Right.
But it's just, I don't know. Like when I go live, I'm a lot happier going live than I am going to work.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I don't know. It's just like,
Just
I don't,
feeds the soul.
yeah, I don't mind working because I love the job that I'm doing. I love like helping and doing my actual day, like 9 to 5 job. But it's just when I get to go live and do a job that I know is impacting people, it's a lot different than just filing paperwork or something, you know?
But like one thing I just thought of when you were saying that is I want to encourage you, and I'm sure you know this, that there's a reason why you are still where you are. And I'm sure you know that like you're impacting people too. Just because like you do have like that type of personality where you're like a big impact on the people around you. So just know that every day when you're going to work, you know?
I appreciate that. No,
So you're impacting everyone around you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So what are you going to do moving forward to accomplish those future goals that you have to work on streaming fully, or what have you been doing currently? Because I know Like you work really hard on that.
Yeah. Putting more time into content creation. Because again, like as everyone here knows, it's a lot harder making content than just being there. Because again, I can go live 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do anything. But being able to just either make a video or a podcast or a simple post, just trying to motivate people or just be like, hey, have a great day. You know, it's something that everyone needs, and it's a lot harder to do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, for sure.
Than it is to just be there.
Yeah.
So
that's so true. I feel like, and like you don't think about how just like something simple like a graphic or an inspirational quote or like any sort of content can reach people. Like you don't think about that.
Oh no, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's so awesome. And thank you so much for sharing today.
Of course.
That's pretty much like everything that I have. And I just really appreciate you coming and being open and sharing your waves and sharing your future goals and everything that you have going on in your life. And I'm so glad that we got to like reconnect and see each other. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of time.
Yeah. Do you have anything else that you want to include today or that you want to share with anyone? I want people to understand that life will get hard. You just need to push through that wave. It's not, you're going to have hard days. You're going to have great days, but don't let the hard days outweigh the great days. Because again, when you're having a great day, life seems easy, everything's great. But when you're down and you're feeling that failure mentality that we've been talking all podcasts about, it feels like the world is either ending or your day is just never ending. But just understand that the day will end, the night will come, but the sunrise will always be there the next day, and you will be there the next day, and you have another day to succeed and step forward. And you know, every day is a great day to get better, and that's a great motto I've heard, and I've always told people that, you know, every day is a great day to get better, and don't let any day go to waste. That's so good. Oh man, that's so good. and I just thought of another like verse when you were saying that is, I think it's Philippians 4:6 or 8. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And so that's just something good to kind of live by when you are going through those waves or you are having a hard day. Like you can get through it. You'll get through those waves. But man, you should have do you have a podcast?
No, not yet. You
should have your own podcast.
I probably should, but yeah.
Man.
But
that's so good.
Yeah, and it's just, I always tell people, and it's kind of it's my motto actually. I have it on all my merch and everything. It's a simple one, but it's always one that I've lived by, and it's keep elevating. So it's one of those things where it's, again, things are going to try and keep you down. You know, the other person's going to try and keep you down. He's going to try and pull you down away from reaching forward and reaching that goal. But you need to keep elevating. Even if it's just a simple task that you've done one day, you need to do it and keep elevating.
That's so good. Man, that's so good. Well, thank you so much again, Frank, for coming out today.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you guys so much for watching. Again, go ahead and like and follow whatever streaming platform that you are listening on today. Go ahead and subscribe. I can't say the word subscribe.
Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You know you want to. Hit it. Just click the button.
But we really appreciate you watching, and we hope that we helped somebody today who could currently be going through a wave of failure or something else that this might have helped you through. But have an amazing day, and we hope to see you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.